As a guy, I didn't really appreciate skincare because I just never really paid attention to it. Being married now, coming up on 30 years here in a couple of years, and having a daughter and four sisters, I've really come to love it and realize how important, how critical this is. As a clinician, I know that skin is your largest organ, and it covers so much surface area, and it's the first line of defense for all of us. So it's critical that we take care of this organ, but also not only for health, but also for what it would allow our skin to look like and feel like long term. So LifeVantage, where the activation company, what that means is everything we created has the activation side of it, which activates your body's natural inborn ability to function ideally. And that's the exact same thing with this True Science Activated Skincare Collection. I'm going to go through each one of these briefly and just know there's way more material here. Now, this system has in it what you want and doesn't have in it what you don't want. So that means the clean. There's an app called Think Dirty. Everything on this test either a 0 or a 1 or a 2 out of 10. It's formulated specifically without the things you don't want in it, like the sulfates, the phthalates, the parabens, and without gluten. None of that is there. Every part of the system has activation as part of it with specific herbal plant extracts that turned on the body's ability to repair on the inside. Because when you put stuff on your skin, it affects your whole body. There's so many medications now utilized through skin absorption, so the skin is critical. And when we look better, our confidence changes. Now, the True Science has four specific products. They can be used individually, but they work better collectively. And it helps work with all skin types. It was designed that way, and to where you can see visible benefits. And we've seen this in our 8-week clinical trial with it and the changes. And in the trial, 82% of they felt like their skin was visibly lifted. 78 said they're better hydrated. 76 said they felt like they're more firmness. 76 more brightness, and 76% 75% appearance of the skin tone was improved. Now, what are the benefits of this? Each one has specific benefits, and combined overall, you look younger, but your skin feels better. And what's inside each one, I'm gonna kind of quick through this here, but there's actually multiple studies been done. This is a great study, and we'll post some other videos here of actually a skincare specialist kind of going through what they've seen with the system and why it's so important to utilize the whole system. This right here, this is the cleanser. This is something I've used now for almost 10 years, and I've used it as my shaving cream. I wash my face with it morning and night, but I actually don't use shaving cream, haven't for almost 9 years now. I use this as my shaving cream, and I've not had ingrown hair to my face from shaving since then, which I used to get those on and off, and I used to cut myself periodically. That hasn't happened, which makes sense based upon what I know about this, because if you can improve the integrity of the skin, you'd be less susceptible to nicks and scarring and stuff like that that you would have. Now, what's in this particular product um, are pomegranate, prebiotics, ginger root, and the Nerf 2 blend. Each of these are designed to not only like cleanse the face, but also give your skin the things it needs to repair. And like I said before, everything that's supposed to be in it, things that aren't supposed to be in it. We've got multiple awards on that. Like this Think Dirty award, 1 out of 10, right? So 10 the most toxic, one's 0 the least toxic. And here's some good references you can go back to and look at. Now, what's fun about this part here of the blog goes through more of like how to utilize it and the benefits of it. On the website here, you'll see on here on the usage, it's always broken down into how you use. Like in this case, like I just put it on my face, wash my face, and wash it off. Each one will have the specific ways in which you can utilize it. That's the cleanser. And then there's my daughter running out, and I get a message or text, I'm almost out. This is the True Renew. Now, this is a standalone product, definitely by itself, but it works great in conjunction with other things. This study here is that this product is designed to specifically address the 11 visible signs of aging in as little as 3 weeks. And you're familiar with like retinol, retin A, like those are the ones that they use in medicine, and it's going to be very damage to the skin. So this helps to create the fullness and the plumpness in the skin by actually helping the cells actually repair like they're supposed to. Um, what you want to know about this is it's because it's addressed, it was designed with clinical design in the lab to just to look at those 11 different things we could affect, how we affect the visible sign of aging, and you're going to see those visible changes in the skin, but also the actual functional changes in the skin. The way this product is utilized is applying to your fingertips and on your face and scalp and chest, and you can use it twice a day. This is what's in it: the cranberry biopeptides, shrubbery everlasting, wild pansy, and the nerve 2 blend. And you'll hear that in a lot of products in Nerve 2 blend because every cell in your body, no matter where it's at, brain cell, skin cell, hair cell, it has a desire to live and survive. And the longevity of that cell is dependent upon how well the cell repairs and gets rid of the junk. The Nerve 2 blend is that foundational piece of activating the natural switch in our body to deal with the stuff it's got to get rid of. Again, here's the ingredients, and look at this one, 0 on the Think Dirty app. Okay, on the product sheet to get a little more detail, here's the retinol product sheet comparison I was telling you about. We'll go through that in just a second because it talks about the difference in what we saw and how it performed in comparison to the retinol. Obviously, there's a price and the differences, but you'll see that there was a lot more positive changes with the True and New than any of the other ones, and the price comparison obviously is much less. So, what a fun thing to have and to utilize something that's not going to actually be harsh on the skin, so all skin types can use it. Now, coming back to the thirst part of the system, this right here, this one is True Lift. And this is a fun one. I think this is probably the funnest one for a lot of people because you can put this on underneath the eyes, and within a matter of minutes, you can actually physically see and feel the lifting effect. I have some good friends of mine that use this in the middle of their day, get kind of tired, and they want to, because they're in the sales industry, but also in the medical professional industry. They just want to look their sharpest. They use this actually middle of the day, and the way you use it is simply by putting it a little applicator right underneath your eyes and around the eyes and right to it. And the benefits of doing that, you're going to visibly see the lifting and the firming, and it hydrates that tissue, and so it combats that visible signs of aging. Now, again, here's what's in it: quinoa, chlorella, nerve 2 blend. Again, you'll see that there. Again, number one on the Think Dirty app. So every one of the products is a 0, 1, or a 2. Most of them are zeros or ones. Um, and again, if you're one that like the hard detail on this, we're gonna post a link to where there's a study and some individuals that are in the skin and estheticians kind of going through what they see with it and why it's so important to them to utilize this system. And then True Hydrate. And hydrate is exactly what it is. It hydrates your skin, and it does that by activating your body's natural cells, ability to actually combat that. And so the way this works, it does it by with three specific ingredients: the rainbow algae to reduce the appearance of existing dark spots, and then a highly stable form of vitamin C that combats the emergence of future dark spots, and then plantain leaf extract that helps rejuvenate and strengthen the skin, leading to more tone. Now, again, usage, how you'd use it: massage onto the face and neck with upward strokes, and use it in the morning and the night. And best results, we like to have people to use it with all the products. Here's what's in it again: algae, plantain, vitamin C, calcium, the peptide blend, and nerve 2 blend. Now, later, and again, there's a 0 on that on Think Dirty. Go ahead later and just click on some of these and read through the details if you want, or watch the further video, or read the actual skin study results. What I love about skin care is that, again, I never really paid much attention to it myself personally until I learned about activation. I saw this study where they were showing the actual barrier of the skin and how it was breaking down as we age. Now, that's important, one, because we're aging, but also that barrier protects us from the outside world. And we have a barrier on the inside of our body and the outside of the body. And I'm very familiar with the inside of the body as we talk about leaky gut and leaky brain, the things that affect the health of those systems. And where I'm like, oh, this is critical. We have a healthy barrier inside and outside of us. And this system is shown to do just that. And I was able to see the repair happen with that under the microscope. It's why I started using this daily. So hopefully this is helpful for you. And utilize with your friends, your families, and loved ones. I love the fact that I can use it with all my kids. Daughter, my wife uses this exclusively. and even my boys, especially in that teenage years, they would use this to kind of help keep a clean skin, and with the acne and stuff like that. So it's a great system to use, and also not putting other stuff on, because I don't know of hardly anybody that's not putting something actively on their body. With this, it's so clean. We're not gonna have the problem we have with other substances because it is so clean. So give it a try, and the cost is amazing, and it lasts a significant long time, which is awesome.